Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I will showing you the Marvel character collection. This is gonna be celebrating the Marvel Comics 85th anniversary to the legacy of the comic books. So yeah, let's begin with the characters. Shall we? Yeah, anyways, let's go. First up, we have the Avengers. Starting, we have Human Torch. Although, it was the first. He was actually the first appearance in the in the comic book called Human Torch in 1939 by Stanley and Jack Kirby. Anyways, Jim Hammond, known as Human Torch, he was supposed to be the first Avenger, but unfortunately, that wasn't until 1980. So, uh to join the Avengers. So yeah, I gotta put it on the first category of the characters. So yeah. Next we have Captain America. He was supposed to be the second Avenger, but unfortunately it was his first the Avenger in the 1940s. So yeah. Anyways, fun fact. Yesterday it was Captain America's birthday. So yeah. Now let's move on to the third character, the third leader of the Avengers. The third leader of the character, we have Iron Man. Thor. Hulk. Wasp. The Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket. Back then was called Ant-Man, and back then was called Giant Man. So yeah. Hawkeye. Quicksilver. Scarlet Witch. Black Widow. Black Panther. The Vision. The Two-Gun Kid. Wonder Man. Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers. Back then was called Miss Marvel, but then several decades away from Captain Marvel. We have Tigra. She-Hulk. Mockingbird. Spectrum, aka Monica Rambeau as her real name. Iron Patriot. Back then was called Iron Man II, and back then was called War Machine, but I will get to that in the variants later. Here we have Namor. His character was supposed to be originally was a villain, but nowadays he becomes a hero in the comics. So yeah, he's a hero now. Moon Knight. U.S. Agent, aka John Walker. Back then was called the Captain because Steve Rogers gave the American name, and changed the name to Captain. So yeah, and you all know the favorite, it's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, one of the all-time Marvel comic character. Stingray. Spider-Woman. Ant-Man, the Scotland version of Ant-Man. Sentry. Doctor Strange. The Winter Soldier. Back then was Bucky Barnes, his Captain America sidekick, and now he is taking over the vibranium hand by the Red Skull, and now later he became Captain America, aka the Bucky cap, the Bucky version of Captain America. The Jessica Drew version of Spider-Woman. Nova, Richard Rider. I love the armor style design. Captain Britain. I love this dude. It looks pretty cool. Red Hulk. Daredevil. It was supposed to be originated team in Defenders, but now he joined the Avengers. Shang-Chi. Captain Universe. Blade. Blue Marvel. The Captain America, aka the Falcon. Back then was called the Falcon. And now he became Captain America. The Sam Wilson cap or the Falcon cap. And here we have the female version of Thor, known as Jane Foster. And last but not least, we have the ultimate version of Captain Marvel. The Young Avengers. The modern version of Bucky Barnes. Miles Morales version of Spider-Man. Kamala Khan version of Miss Marvel. Here we have Sam Alexander version of Nova. The Firestar. The Agent Venom. The Iron Lad. Wiccan, not weekend like 7 days of the week. I'm talking about a Wiccan, the fictional character from Marvel Comics. White Tiger, a Marvel version of White Tiger. Marvel Boy, previously named Protector. So yeah, is trying to be like the Marvel version of Superboy. The Patriot. Blur. It's funny because it has a funny glasses. So yeah. The Victor Alvarez version of Power Man. Don't worry, I will get Luke Cage version of Power Man. I was getting right into it, okay? Reptile. The Hulking. Speed. The female version of Hawkeye. And last but not least, we have the statue. Now let's go to the X-Men. First up, we have the Professor Charles Xavier, but it's everyone in North America pronounce the last name Xavier, but for me, I call him Xavier. Yeah. Cyclops. Iceman. Okay, in the video of DC comics collection, the Icicle, I act about the character name Icicle. I accidentally named it Iceman, so I give Icicle as a nickname. I give Iceman as a nickname for Icicle. So yeah. Angel. Back and now it's called Archangel. I don't know if I pronounced the name right. So yeah, I'm stick with the Angel. Okay, I like the name. Beast. Jean Grey. Phoenix. Havoc. Nightcrawler. Wolverine. Storm. Sunfire, also known as the real name Shiro Yoshida, and Colossus. Shadowcat, Rogue. Okay, let me talk about the character. Back then, she was a former villain, but nowadays she's a hero. So yeah, Gambit, Cannonball, Cable, real name Nathan Summers. Sunspot. Yeah, Sunspot. I actually got Sunspot. Emma Frost. She was originally she's a villain, and now she's a hero. And lastly, definitely but not least, we have the X-23, the Inhumans, the Black Bolt, Medusa, Karnak, and Crystal. The Defenders. Here we have the original Power Man known as Luke Cage. The Punisher. The Electra. And last but not least, we have Iron Fist. Squadron Supreme. Hyperion. You see, it was supposed to be a parody of of Marvel version of Justice League. So yeah, they were originally evil, and nowadays they're demolished, and yeah, and now Squadron Supreme became a hero. So yeah. Anyways, here's Hyperion, Nighthawk, Power Princess, Amphibian, the Weezer, known as the Blur, Deathlock. Okay. In the original, Deathlock was a part of the X-Men, but nowadays, he's in my I came up with the idea to join the Squadron Supreme team. Skylark, the Golden Archer, the Blue Eagle. Last but not least, we have Dr. Spectrum, the Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic, the Human Torch, the Invisible Woman, and last but not least, the Thing, the Winter Guard, the Red Guardian. And I remember watching the Avengers assemble. There became heroes. They are no longer villains no longer each other as a villains. So they decided to become heroes. That's all. Dark Star, the Crimson Dynamo 2008-2010 version, and the Radioactive Man. The Guardians of the Galaxy, the Star-Lord, the Groot. And I love my favorite character. It's one of my favorite members of Guardians of the Galaxy. It was like, I am Groot. Yeah, I love that catchphrase. I am Groot. Gamora, the Rocket Raccoon. Fun fact, the British voice actor, who does the Australian accent for Rocket Raccoon, and now he's talk an American accent, like a normal American raccoons. Drax, Adam Warlock, Quasar, New Warriors, Dark Hawk, Justice, Speedball, and Night Thrasher. The Shield, Nicholas Fury, aka short name Nick Fury. Philip Coulson, short name Phil Coulson. The Alpha Fight, Guardian, North Star, and Aurora. No, not that Aurora from Enchantress. This Aurora from Alpha Fight. The the 2010 Earth Mightiest Heroes line. Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Bruce Banner, Hulk, Ant-Man, Giant Man, Yellow Jacket, Wasp, Hawkeye, Black Panther, Vision, Miss Marvel, aka Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, Wolverine, the Ultimate Captain Marvel. Other heroes: Howard the Duck, Okoye, White Wolf, Peter Wisdom, Silver Surfer, Gladiator is based on the 1930 version of Superman from DC Comics. British Flag, Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, Hatatsurazi, Deadpool, Dr. Magus, Spider-Man 2099, The Man-Thing. It is ginormous creature monster. The anti-heroes. Loki, the heroic version of Loki. I'm trying to make a concept version of the anti-hero. It's still hero's version, from former villains to anti-heroes. So, yeah. Baron Zemo, the good version of Enchantress. The Abomination. I know I'm using the Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes version of Abomination to make it look like a good guy. The Executioner. Batroc the Leaper. The good Red Skull version, aka Captain Germany. The good version of Mandarin. Lizard. Rhino. Scorpion. The construct version of Hyperion. The Electro. Vulture. Prowler. Pyro. Blizzard. Bullseye. Dr. Otto Octavius, known as Dr. Octopus. Black Cat. The Crimson Dynamo Ivan Anko version. Ivan Anko version. Venom. Shocker. The Beetle. The Good good friendly version of Carnage. Sabretooth. The Mysterio. Crossbones. Crossfire. Living Laser. Chemistro. The Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper. Wrecker. Thunderball. Bulldozer. And Pile Driver. Morbius. Sandman. The Craven Hunter. And last but not least, we have the Constrictor. The villains. Doctor Doom. Magneto. Murdoch. I know in the comics he was a big head and he has small little arms and legs, but I make him look perfectly with a small head and the bigger arms and bigger legs, and also I adding a purple cape to fly with it. That I came up with the idea. The Ultron. Thanos. Taskmaster. The Arcade. I know it looks similar to Joker, but yeah. They used a combination between a clown and making arcade games. The Galactus. I know it's kind of supposed to be smaller in the it's supposed to be tall in the comics, but unfortunately I made it the smaller look. But yeah, I have no choice. The Dormammu. Wow, it is very a tallest version of Dormammu in the world. Green Goblin. The villain version of Vulture. The leader. Red Skull. The villain version of Red Skull. Baron von Strucker. The evil version of the Mandarin. And here we have the mature version of Carnage. Here we have the Anti-Venom. Dark Loki. And last but not least, we have the Super Skrull. Hairnet Zemo. And basically, in the Earth Mightiest Heroes version of 2010 version, Baron Hairnet Zemo is the father of Helmut Zemo. He got to a Virus X. He was about to spray Virus X with Captain America, but luckily Captain America spun the shield, and then he landed on his window, and he cracks, and he landed into Baron Zemo's of whole entire body, and the whole entire body becomes Virus X. So yeah. Abomination. An evil version of Crimson Dynamo. The evil version of Enchantress. And last but not least, the evil version of the Executioner. And finally, the variants and upcoming characters. The Commander Rogers. The Bucky Barnes version of Captain America, aka the Bucky Cap. Stealth Spider-Man. And also Shartimus Prime is his favorite character is the Stealth Spider-Man. The my movie version of Nova. Here's the original Bucky Barnes. The Ultimate Alliance 3, the Black Order version of Wolverine, also known as the movie version of Wolverine, my movie version. My movie version of Hawkeye. My movie version of Sam Alexander. Sorry, Nova. Igor. I may look perfectly with the body because his back in the comics the back is completely crook, so I had to make him not get a crook the a back. So yeah, that's the whole point. The what if version of the T'Challa Star-Lord. The male version of Captain Marvel, known as Marvel. The upcoming variant version of Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. The Avengers, the Elite version of Captain America. I came up with the name Avengers Elite because in the future of Marvel Comics announcing that it's going to be the Avengers Elite series, the comic book series. So yeah. And also, I just noticed the reason why I'm adding the Captain America's flag cape right here is because he has ability to fly. I came up with the idea. The War Machine, the classic Iron Man Mark 1, the evil version Dark Avengers of Iron Patriot, but it was designed by Norman Osborn, but then James Rhodes took the costume and modified to make a good version of Iron Patriot. So I came up with that idea either. The original Falcon, the Goliath, my movie version of Black Panther, aka the 2018 version of Black Panther, known as 2016, and we have Hank Pym's Ant-Man. The upcoming characters. First up, we have the Earth Mightiest Heroes version, the Communication Man. It's basically the Bruce Banner, but he came after I came up the idea that Hulk he's turning back to normal and then separate the body like Hulk and Bruce Banner separate each other. That Bruce Banner wants to get out of Hulk's body and now after that he decided to wear the costume and start to communicate. So yeah, here we have the Captain Britain Mark II, known, or should I say Captain Britain 2.0. So it has a B, it has a British flag. So yeah, and the name, I forgot to tell you, I did not make the Captain Carter What If series is because Marvel doesn't even confirm that she wasn't even her name introduced, that she's not gonna call it Captain Britain, she's gonna call Captain Carter. So yeah. Here we have X-25, also known as James Logan Howlett Jr., the junior version of James Logan Howlett, the Wolverine. My movie version of Miles Morales, Spider-Man. My movie version of Iron Man, also known as the Prime version of Iron Man. The Constrictor version of Wolverine, the upcoming variant. So yeah, that's what I like to do. I came up the idea that Wolverine took down Constrictor, take the costume as a trophy. And last, definitely but not least, we have the astonishing version of Wolverine. And yes, I freaking love this astonishing X-Men version of Wolverine. It's one of my favorite outfit of all time. So Yeah. So here we have all my Marvel characters collection for the 85th anniversary. And yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's been 85 years since Marvel Comics started in 1939. Before Marvel Comics exist before Marvel Comics existed as a company. So, yeah. Anyways, happy 85th anniversary from Marvel Comics. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and make sure you like and comment, subscribe for more future content coming your way. And also, Jim Hammond, Captain America, and Iron Man. And let's not forget about your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more future content coming your way. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching and have a fantastic day.